consistently enough. But he's a badass. He's my friend. Been training with him for years. But he realized what was happening, and so he started trying to, stop it, and he was trying to stand up, and I wanted him to stand up so I could knock his ass over. So when I was pulling my hand out, he like explosively pushed my arm away, and I don't know what the fuck that did, but my elbow like made like 3 loud ticks, like tick, tick, tick. And I was like, ooh. He was like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, I don't know. I felt it in my elbow. And then we just kept rolling. I didn't even think about it. And then after I rolled with him, I was rolling with this other guy, and I had Neon Belly, and when he pushed me and I based my hand, my fucking arm just crumbled, ploop, and I was like, oh, something's wrong with my arm.
Oh god.
So,
oh no.
Yeah.
Did you hear the pops like in your
yes,
internally?
in my body? It made outside of me sound as well, because he heard it and was like, "What the fuck was that?" So,
yeah,
but,
that sounds like you tore some tendons.
Yeah,
well, we'll see. Buddy.
It's not swollen. It hurts like a motherfucker though. But I think there was something already kind of going on in my elbow, because I did some super old man shit on Sunday. I was changing my shirt, and I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I was like, fucking yeah, I look good. And I brought my arm up and I flexed my bicep, and it hurt my elbow. I'm all, ow, what the fuck?
You're gonna be in pain tomorrow, dude.
Yeah. So,
fuck.
Whiskey.
Cheers. Yeah. How's how the build's coming along? How's everything going? Did you said you made all the tokens already? The 600 tokens?
There's like 5 more to do.
Yeah. Okay. How's number 409 look? Pretty good.
Oh, there's actual shit on that one.
Oh yes.
That's the winner.
That is the poo-poo one. Yeah. But
I just bought a couple. I mean, I bought a couple. Can't win it if you ain't in it, right?
Yeah. I bought 5, and then I got 2 more by buying big orders, pallet-sized orders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I have 7 of them. I have the last 7 prime numbers in the group of 600. So I have like 593 and 591 and some shit like that.
So what I did was I went to a random number generator.
Yeah.
And I generated numbers 10 times, and then I averaged them together, and then I came up with my number.
Sheesh. I want the last prime numbers of the list, and so I just looked up the fucking prime numbers.
Yeah. So. I'll tell you, from the pancake thing, like, I can't tell you how many people won with just one number. So you never know, boys and girls out there. $250 could be enough for you to own a GTR. So
I've been fucking around on the boosted classifieds. You ever seen that on Instagram?
No.
Oh, dude, it's pretty dope. But this dude, they had a fucking turboed LS crew cab Silverado, like a 14 or a 16 or some shit. It was sick as fuck. Beautiful paint, and all just fucking, $60,000-$80,000 beautiful truck. And it was like 200 a spot. And I fucking bought one, and I was like, whatever. And then fucking the one that won was like 4 spots from me, and it was the guy that bought 1 spot. And I was like,
cool, yeah.
I'm like, fucking $200, you get a fucking super sick ass truck. And then they were doing a vet last I saw, a sick ass boosted vet. It was fucking dope. But yeah, I didn't jump on that one.
I know there's some really big pages out there that there's some really high dollar items, and I'm just kind of surprised because when I started doing that shit in like 2017 or 18, I thought for sure I was going to get shut down in like 6 months, but that shit's still going to today. Like, there's pages out there, people still waffling stuff.
To waffle.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But
what's been going on?
This.
Pretty dope. I got a few on the way myself.
So I know they're loud because that's an American coil. I can tell.
American.
Actually, I don't know. It's probably not, but
No,
It's
it's not
Chinese
actually.
coil.
Yeah, it's
It
for sure.
smells like every other big coil out there. You know the smell if you know what I'm talking about.
It smells like this.
It's exactly how it smells.
Yeah.
Dude, but this thick.
What ohm load did you go with, Drew?
These are dual ones.
Okay, that's what I got.
So I'm gonna do a amp per coil.
Oh, shit.
I ordered 2 dual 1s and 1 dual 2 because I am developing a double fucking L7X 12 box and a single, and they will be very fancy.
Hell yeah.
So I like this.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
The 8-gauge blocks to put wire. Come on, that's on every coil lead, every lead.
Yeah, we've actually been talking about doing that to our subs, our relentless subs.
You did what now?
That's
sir?
a good idea. Makes
You
it
did
easy.
what now?
What are Blantons?
What Blanton's
It's
is
alcohol, right?
Oh,
some good stuff.
Yeah, I know James Bayless fucks around with that high-end alcohol raffle shit. Like $20,000, $30,000 bottle type shit. Crazy stuff. Man, I really wish they would have came out with the 15s at the same time. I feel like I've been waiting longer than anybody, and I have to wait even longer
so
now.
yeah, you should have done 12s. Should have done
Well,
12s.
it's too late now. I told them send me 9 12s and I'll have you cut me some rings, but
Only reason I did 12 because everyone else is doing 15s and 6 12s.
But everybody's doing 12s now.
3 or Street Beat 2, I think. It's the only reason.
Well, Kyle has ended up going with 12s as well. I don't know what Jeremy's doing.
I think he's doing 15s. I don't know how many though.
How soon
what
will
kind
they
of
have the
boxes?
18s?
These things are gonna
Those will be like last.
rip tater chip. So
What,
for Slam, we're doing the Nitro's not gonna be ready for Slam, obviously, but we're gonna do these 6 that we have on probably it's either 2 Sundown 7500s at 0.33 or some other combination of amps. I don't know. No wall and Nick's wagon. But
Nice,
absolutely just tear his little poor wagon apart because I don't think there's any dead.
Heck yeah, it'd be like when Will Holttab did the 12s no wall.
It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think people are quite underestimating how beefcake these subs really are.
I think they're going to be really awesome with 2,000 and 2,500 watts. I think that'll be great.
Kind of boxes
I don't think you guys are going to want to run a whole lot more than that. But
I mean, I
don't see why they wouldn't take any more power than any other 3-inch coil driver.
I think they'll take more power than every other 3-inch coil on the market by a long shot. Like a long shot. It took 2,000 watts. My apologies for cutting you off, but 2,000 watts for 100 hours. I kept saying 8, but it's 100. 100 hours at 2,000 watts.
I don't think that'll have any problem taking big power like any Sundown or other 3-inch.
Especially the way most of us demo. Say you demo a full song, 3 minutes. I don't see any problem with it taking, 3,000-4,000 watts all day. Clean. Not clip to hell and back, but
well, we're gonna find out real soon. I'm sure somebody's gonna be putting 20,000 watts to one of these in a burp car, and we'll see what the hell happens. I'm sure it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think people.
Why don't you do it, Bobby? You've got 3 subs coming. Might as well. You got the amps. Build a fart box, just one SPL box as well. Put 20K on it.
If I'm gonna build an SPL box, I'm probably gonna build a goddamn dozen of them because I'm gonna be finding the goddamn number. First, it'll be like, all right, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna try different boxes, and then I'm gonna find which one I like the best, and make different ports for them.
I've noticed that all the super loud, like no wall builds end up being stack fab style, because that way they can add a layer at a time, or take away a layer at a time.
Tubes seem to be fairly popular in SPL. So with a square sub, would it be beneficial to just make a big square?
Maybe.
Or you still want to make a tube with the square baffle?
I guess you still make a tube.
I don't know. Which is it?
I don't know.
Because the wave is still round. So
It's still
I don't
fucking.
know.
It's the same deal.
Do you think
so?
it'll take more than a ZV6? I think it'll take the same amount of power as most 3-inch coil subs will play longer. Because but we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm just going off of what I've heard so far in the Bronco and then what just the Bath says of cooling and the testing data I've seen of other 3-inch coil subs playing at RMS power versus like this one.
How much do they weigh, Drew?
It's 68 pounds, I think. Like, it's like XV3, XV28, like right in there. Like that's how about the reconing? Oh, it's easy. It bolts together. No glue needed. I think this is going to be pretty nice for people who do get a little saucy. I didn't even order recones whenever I put in my competition group order. I didn't even put recones on there.
I just ordered extra subs.
I should have done. Should have been big brain time.
I ordered 3 today, and I was like, maybe I should order 20.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, so let's tell the L7 story, right? So the Solo Barracks were the round subs, and they were the shit. They were the best subs on the market. Nothing was fucking with them. And it was like when they got to the C and the D series, they were still round, but now they had a cast basket. They were really beautiful woofers, and they were still
remotely
sealed.
Okay sub.
What's this?
Someone said, didn't HCCA have quick reconing too? I'm like, yeah, but it wasn't even like a remotely okay sub.
Yeah. Orion hasn't made anything awesome since the 90s.
I still remember the Orion Red. Buddy of mine had one in high school. He's like, bro, we can wire it to 0.1 ohm. I'm like, I don't know what that means, but cool.
But so I had 10s in behind the seat of my standard cab F250 1993 in 97, and that shit was pretty awesome. I had Rockford amps, kicker subs, MB Court speakers. I had the perfect combo. That was the fucking way. Mid 90s. Yeah. Kicker subs, Rockford amps, MB Court highs and mids, Pioneer head unit. You were fucking dialed.
Nakamichi. But yeah.
It was after Nakamichi. Nakamichi was already kind of over by then. But then it was so I fucking left my truck in the parking lot of my work when I went on a business trip. I was gone for like 6 days. When I got back, these fucking piece of shit tweakers that worked in the fucking building next door stole my subs and my amps. Fucked my truck up too. They just hacked wires, everything that went to my battery to get my alarm to stop, and it had a fucking battery backup. So they just cut all the wires within like 4 inches away from my battery. Anyway, I fixed the truck, and I was waiting for the L7s to come out. The first time the squares came out. You think there's a lot of hype with these fucking things now, man. The car audio world was fucking a buzz, man. It was wild. And there was a kicker dealer, Auto Sound and Security in San Jose, not far from my house. Eclipse was after the mid 90s.
That was more my time.
Yeah. Those early 2000s, the Eclipse head units. Then.
Dude, I had that 5504. I needed that.
Oh, keep going. Yeah, fuck. Everybody did. So I waited patiently. I went down there numerous times. Hey, when do those come? And they're like, we're going to have them Saturday. It's like, Saturday? He's like, yep. So fucking Saturday morning, I fucking pulled in there at like 7:15 in the morning. They said they were going to open early at like 8 or 8:30. There were 30 people outside waiting.
That's awesome.
Waiting for subwoofers. And everybody was like, fucking, yeah. These dudes were like, fuck yes. Dude, bunch of badass cars and a bunch of pieces of shit. And I was so fucking pumped. And I walked in there and I want 2 L710s. And they were like, here you go. And I took them home. And I fucking started designing my box. And that mounting depth was like 1 3/4 inches deeper than the previous 10. And I was like, this isn't gonna work.
You're like, uh-oh.
For your standard cat.
Yeah. I'm like, I put them all back in the box, and I drove down there, and I'm all, can I give you these back and get 4 8s? And they were like, yeah. And he was like, just wait right here. And he's like, can you help me like make sure they're just right? And I'm like, I sat there and I like was putting them all together just right. And this guy walked in and was like, do you got 2 10s? And he's like, yeah, I do. I got them right here. And he was like, those aren't yours. I'm like, they were, but they aren't going to fit my truck. So I'm getting 4 8s. And he's like, oh, that's sick. Picked him up, bought him. He was out of there. It was like, they sold hundreds of subwoofers that day. And the fucking guy showed up like 45 minutes later and was like, where's the dude who needs the 8s? And I was like, that's me. And he was like, cool, here you go. And he's like, these are the first 8s we got. And I was like, went home fucking all night. Built that fucking box. Put that shit in my truck. And I was fucking pounding like fucking 7:45 a.m. And I'm lighting that thing off in my neighborhood. Just like, fuck you people. I've been up all night. They probably heard my skill saw running in the fucking lawn all night too. So whatever. But yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. And that was.
Yeah, I'm excited to start seeing some builds.
Must have been 1998.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
98. Ooh, I was 7.
Yeah, I wonder how many builds we're going to see at Slam with the Solo X. I wonder if we'll see any at the barbecue. Is there anybody come to the barbecue that's going to throw something together? I don't know, Bobby. If you get yours and by then, no, you're not going to have. You got so much other shit going on. You got way too many things to get done before the barbecue.
There's a slight chance that I'll have like each of the boxes, but because I mean, the sooner I get them, like if I had them on my site now, they'd be selling right now. People would be like, I should 100%. Fucking I should do the rendering and put the rendering up on the site, put a price on it.
They would start selling for sure.
Yeah, just have them be a couple week extra for your design, whatever you need to figure out here. But how's your stuff coming?
What's really cool is I sat down with all the parameters and I fucking looked at cone area and all the shit and I designed a box for it and I was almost identical to Jeremy Brown. Yeah. My enclosure design was almost the same as his. I was like, oh, good. We were spot on the port area, like 42 fucking square inches. And he was like tuned to 30. And I was like, I was just naturally looking for 32 or 33. But
it depends on the overall application of
what they're trying to do. But
that's why I try and tell people, like, everyone's like, oh, what are the box specs? Man, it's going to vary. There's no perfect enclosure that does everything.
Right. But I would say that you probably wouldn't want to be smaller than 2 1/4.
Oh, yeah. I think I'd go with it.
That'd be the minimum I would put that in.
I mean, this is like,
you can't treat it like it's a fucking 12. It's closer to being a 15 cone area than it is a regular 12.
Yep.
Do you have all that information for us, Drew? You're one of those guys.
Jake, yes, SDDNs are still going in the Tahoe. These are for the Nitro. Facebook user.
Bobby, I could ask the guys if I can get you the parameters because
I have all of it.
Oh, okay. I thought you just asked it.
I was asking if Drew like had it in front of him, how much cone area
compared
to a regular 12 compared to a regular 15.
So a regular 15 is like 128 square inches. A regular 12 is like 80 or 79 square inches. This is like 95-ish.
So it's like right in the middle.
Yeah, it's like right in the middle. Facebook user, it depends. So I don't know if you know what Brett Arsenault is, but he's local to me ish. 8 U series 12s, and now 8 like custom XV3s in a 4th, and he tried a 6. He said the 6 was played lower and a little more musical. It wasn't very dialed in. He just like pulled a sub out and shoved a port in. Didn't do a lot of testing. But the 4th was like 3 dB louder or something. I prefer the sound of the recorder myself. That's just me. But either one will work.
I think for demoing, if I'm in it all day, I like a 6th because I can be like, all right, my fucking head hurts. 17 hertz. And that doesn't hurt at all. It's just fucking wind hammer.
Drew, did you decide what you're gonna do for your for the nitro? You can do flat wall or fourth, or
Dude, I don't know, man. I'm torn between flat wall and fourth order with it. It's always had a flat wall, and I know everyone else in the competition group is going to do a band pass. I'm like, flat wall would be pretty cool. But
Yeah,
I don't know. We got I'm not gonna I was gonna try to rush it through with like amps and everything. We're gonna be ready for slam, but since it's not, I'm gonna try and pull it back a little bit and build it a little more slowly, a little more precisely, I guess the best way to put it. But we're still going to put them to use. Like I said, we're going to put them in Nick's wagon and, at least get them out there, get them playing, showing people, what they'll do and how they sound. I don't know, man. Flat wall, I feel like that'd be really cool.
I agree. It'd probably obviously be loud as fuck too. You just don't see them as often anymore. And to be honest, like since we've gotten these bigger, more powerful subs and all this more power, it was like kind of the rise of the band pass. So we haven't seen a whole lot of flat walls.
I know, like Duncan's is the only one that I can really remember that's been like killing it lately. So Casey, they're not bullshit specs; they're just accurate. Most subs can work in a huge range. That's just how it is. Most manufacturers just won't tell you that because people break shit.
Well, you wouldn't and Casey's doing that bullshit that people like to do where they're like, oh, it says 1.5 to 6. Okay, it said 1.5, the minimum 1.5 for sealed or up to 6 imported. But it also says 1.5 to 3 sealed and like 3 to 6 ported. That's what it really says in there. And that's what it said in there for a very long time. And lots of people had really good results with those L7s like Steve has in his truck right now that are louder than anything Casey's ever heard, ever. But no, and here's the thing is Kicker didn't just give bullshit specs. I guarantee you they tested every single fucking iteration of that. Like for 100%. Reals tested it. They have multiple rooms that all of us and on the show here have been in that they have tested those things and tested power handling in those.
I wish people like Sundown would put like it said for the longest on the Sundown side that Sundown subs are designed to work in small ported enclosures. That's what it said on the website. So, but people got this idea stuff that everything had to be huge, had to be 2.5 cubes minimum for a 12 to work. But that's just not true. Like the ZV512 will work in a cube and a half. I've done it. It rips. Yeah. Is it more efficient in bigger box? Will do.
Yep.
But will it work? Absolutely. Like there's no that every woofer should have a giant range. If it doesn't, there's something wrong with the sub. Most manufacturers, besides a handful, just don't build anything. They don't test. They don't know.
They literally don't do anything. Most manufacturers literally do fucking nothing. They don't even do anything on the front end other than say, I want it to look like this.
I think the L7X is 27 versions before they finally released it. It's in the 20s. It's either 24 or 27.
It's got that goofy loading basket.
Imagine the amount of data they have just on like an L712.
It just mounts.
Retarded.
It just mounts. Indy, I think so. I don't think I'm going to bring the Tahoe this year. I've brought the Tahoe every year for 3 years, and it really hasn't changed. So I mean, I'm like, it's kind of played out. I think I'm going to bring Nick's wagon with 6 of these on like 15 to 20K, no wall. Just something we can put together that'll show off how awesome these are. That isn't a big wall vehicle. Like big wall vehicles are awesome, but most people aren't going to build a wall. Hell, most people aren't going to use 6 subs, but got to be a little extreme, right?
Oh, so what was Chris asking if the new Solo X has a goofy loading basket?
I think the original Solo X had to be. It couldn't just like screw into a box. You had to like put it in pieces. I think, or I don't remember.
Yeah,
what?
Honestly, I remember we put them in the Billy Goat. You put the basically the speaker in first, and then the soft parts, and then the clamp.
But no, this is just all together. This is just ready to go in.
Hell yeah. So the gap, I mean, because they said the 1 ohm and 2 ohm coils or cone kits cannot be interchangeable.
That cannot be interchanged. So if you order a dual 1, that is what you have. You cannot put a dual 2 drop in it. It won't fit. Because, I mean, that's the that's like, so they used to do whole different motors for basket size for every sub had, every basket size, every cone diameter had a similar control based upon, motor control, whatever. So they're still doing the different size top plate because it optimizes coil strength. So if you look at like a ZV5, you can get the 8-layer dual 1 coil and increases motor force like that. But the top plate is optimized per coil. So if you order a dual 1 woofer, you're getting the dual 1 top plate. So a dual 2 coil, which may use thinner wraps, won't fit.
Yeah, so most subs are optimized for the bigger coil, and then
and then if you just get a smaller coil,
right,
you get less direct motor force.
There's going to be guys that are going to be like, I swear, bro, if you put a dual 2 in the dual 1, blah blah blah, it's way better, bro.
Yeah,
we got Bill in here. Different top plates. Yep, the top plates are optimized for the coil you order. I'll be back in 1 second. I got to go turn the AC on it here. It's toasty.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I actually didn't know that it was by the top plate, but I did know that they were interchangeable. Pretty neat.
Optimize my coil. Yeah, I'm sure of it. It's just a matter of time. I called her right now. I should get you guys got to send me pizza and cake or something when it happens. But for sure, there's going to be a day when somebody's going to post online, I fucking did this, bro, and it's way better for sure. I know it because as soon as I turned it on and it played, I knew it was better than it was before. And that's going to be all of the data they have, and they're going to fucking swear by it. And then there's going to be 24 fucking idiots buying the shit out of the wrong recones and putting them in the subs. And then even us, we're going to be like, is it really working? Is
it better? Yeah.
We're going to be in somebody's build. And we're going to be like, what do you got? And they're going to be like, oh, I got the fucking solos and I got the dual 2s with the dual 1 coils and the blah, blah, blah on the top plate and optimize my coil.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it's so loud now.
It's going to fucking happen. Yeah. It's going to happen.
True.
Yeah, they're going to sell out of recones and fucking people are going to be buying fucking brand new subs and ripping the fucking, and everybody's going to have their fucking dual 1 inserts for sale, fucking recone for sale. Yep, it's going to be a thing. Not because it's actually going to work any better. It's probably going to not work better at all, but
Drew,
or maybe it is going to in one weird iteration. And that's what it's going to be. So,
speaking of news,
there we go.
Did you guys hear about that AI that laid out plans to destroy humanity? And
I vaguely heard about that. Yeah.
Oh boy,
it was on the news the other day. Yeah. It's called Chaos.
Okay.
Chaos.
I'll
GPT,
go ahead and keep drinking. What?
It's pretty wild, dude. It's called Chaos GPT. It laid out this plan and started making tweets and tries to. It's pretty wild.
It's gonna get us to kill ourselves.
No, I mean it talked about. It's weird the way this thing works. It's like you have a choice at the beginning to either let it run wild or not. So they gave it these parameters and said, yeah, run wild. And when you let it run wild, it could potentially run forever. It could get to the point where you can't even try to stop it because it's already made code to make you irrelevant. So I don't know if it's going to be good or bad, but
I think it's happening right now because you keep freezing.
Is Drew frozen? His fan's still working.
No, it was just you for a
No,
second.
I was listening.
Right while you were talking, you froze, Steve. It's fucking
I was listening to a video that Jacob Fuller sent to.
So
it was goofy.
I did see one where they had an AI and they were fucking around.
I don't know. Trying
to program it to be able to identify the difference between a fucking croissant and a bear claw. And that once they got it to do that, within weeks, they could identify it. This fucking thing could identify cancer cells over regular fucking cells. And so that's kind of cool, right? You know what I mean? So an AI is now looking through a microscope at things, and like maybe your blood tests come back a little faster, and they'll be like, hey, looks like you got cancer, or you don't have cancer. We checked a little faster.
You got a little bit of cancer in there.
Yeah,
you should probably
Computer
get
solved.
There's definitely a lot of good things that could happen.
But also Skynet.
Yeah, we can be dead.
Oh,
I don't know. I think it might be kind of cool to get killed by a Terminator. It'd be like, bro,
this is
Casey
happening.
got killed by a fucking Terminator.
Fucking T-1000. Dang.
Look at that cool shit this guy's got going on.
Dude, I'm
That
big
thing
timing over here,
a little
bud.
different now, man. Yeah. The fucking roof is way different.
Is that going to be the barbecue?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Dude, I'm all about Stinger RCAs. I've never had an issue with them.
Drew, did you see that? Oh, that was so funny. That you lined up perfectly with the girl that was hair tricking, and it looked like you were hair tricking.
Oh, damn.
go back like 25 seconds.
Oh,
bro.
it'll repeat. I can't control it. It's just
yeah. You're gonna be hair tricking in the window here in a minute. That was fucking wild.
That's funny. Oh yeah, it's starting over right now. So in about 60 seconds. Yeah. That's fucking hella funny.
Okay. I was like, wait a second. What?
You're like, hold on a second.
How you doing that? Fucking retarded.
Drew has long hair. I just wear a hat normally. Like my hair is like super long.
This is where it goes. This is where it happens.
That was awesome.
Perfect timing.
Oh my god, that's funny. Fuck.
Dude, that was a good hair trick, bro.
Glad I could help.
Come on, Drew. Shit. Man. So, blue check marks. Did you guys buy your blue check marks?
So I did, but I only did to help get my personal messenger unbanned, and I think it worked, dude.
Yeah, you can't talk to people with. Yeah, it's like they won't answer you unless you actually pay them per month.
Well, and it was messed up. So like they have like the support chat. They'll DM you. They'll message you. But I couldn't reply because my message I was so mad.
Yeah.
So I had there was an option to email. So I emailed, dude. I must have sent 100 emails minimum. And like everyone's like, oh, you just gotta not break the rules. All right, but what rule did I break? Oh, well, you just gotta not break them.
Yeah.
Anyway, like 48 hours later, I get a message from some dude. He's like, hey man, I unblocked you. Peace. Thanks, bud. So I don't know if it was a check mark or not, but I'm gonna keep the check mark.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I just don't understand what benefit it's going to have because you can't do it for a business. It's only for personal.
Yep.
It's only for people. So like for shitting on them, I would totally do it, but I don't see any reason to do it for myself. I'm not into social media enough to. I'm not trying to be.
For $15 a month, if it keeps my personal messenger unbanned, I'm for it.
I get it for you. I mean, you do so much of your business through Messenger. You need that.
And even if it's not, but I couldn't use my business messenger either.
That's what I'm saying. Your business messenger was messed up because of it. Like, I haven't had any issues. I guess if I ever have an issue,
$15 a month or something like it's $15 a month.
A month, huh?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a one-time fucking thing.
No, it's
it's a little. I thought it was a little crazy for $15 a month.
But hey, if it got my messenger
can you fucking imagine
30?
Facebook's struggling, bro. They're going under.
Circling the drain.
Yeah. Yeah. They ain't going nowhere. But I don't think they're doing as good as they want to do.
I didn't get it just for the flex. I got it to make money again, to be able to easily converse back and forth. Because just that 2 days, I had already had people making posts. How come Drew's not replying to me? I'm like, bruh.
I'm trying so hard.
I don't know, man.
Messenger
now, bro.
is not the best. is not the best place to count on for communication. I think email and phone numbers and things of that nature are far better. But
I mean, I have my email is pretty readily available, but I need to make it more available apparently, which is not a problem. Working on it. But I mean, you know how a lot of people are. They don't want that added layer of inconvenience a lot of the time. This is how they are.
Bro, I can't stop watching the videos in the back of your
shit. I'm all.
Like Drew's sitting on.
Get out of the way.
I know.
Drew, can you leave? Can you just leave?
Yeah, can you get out, Drew? Yeah. I wish I could audio to play. That'd be even sweeter. All right, there we go. No more videos. Afghanistan.
Aww.
Now you're floating in midair.
Hindu Kush Mountains, technically. I took this photo from a plane.
Speaking of Hindu Kush, tomorrow is 420.
Oh, it is. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, people are gonna miss
just another day.
Yep. I am a child of God.
So what does that mean?
I don't know. That's just what the people would say. I saw people protesting for Jesus at Walmart earlier.
Oh, really?
Protest against 420 for Jesus? With Jesus against 420?
I saw a bunch of those people protesting at when I was on my way into a Red Hot Chili Peppers concert, and this one dude, and he had like a big ass A-frame like sign hanging off of him, and he was looking hella creepy at this little group of young girls that were walking in front of me and the woman that I was with at the time, and I fucking tore into that dude. I was like, you are only here to creep on these young ladies, man. You could have just bought a ticket and went in. You don't have to pretend you're here for fucking Jesus, dude.
So like, what did he say?
I'm like, you know, you got a fucking boner under there, you fucking pervert.
Yeah.
There you go, everybody.
Take a pamphlet.
Louisiana.
Yeah, dude. Crawfish.
I wonder how often those fucking people will be out there standing in front of a fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers concert. They got their A-frame on and they're like, Dream of California.
Yeah.
Can I get a ticket right now? And somebody's like, here, dude, go, bro. Thank you. Fucking
yeah, like, leave, Jesus.
Yeah.
No, not Jesus. I mean, oh my God. Let's go.
Shit.
Next time I see one of those people, be like, come on, I'll buy you a ticket right now.
Yeah, let's go, bud. Come on, dude.
We're down there. We're like right there, bro. And they're like, really? I went to Mardi Gras. I was at Mardi Gras, and we're out there, and there was like this group of early 20-year-old kids. And this lovely young lady like walks up to me and Allie standing there, and she starts talking to us, and she's like, oh, and and God and the thing, and I'm like, you're having a good time looking at all these fucking people. All these people are having a lot of fun. We're good people. This is like, I'm not going to hell because I'm out here smiling. I'm like, you could just have some fun. What the fuck is that?
What is that? An Impala, I think. It was an extreme 70s car back in late 90s, early 2000s. 48 Sony Explode 10s originally. Owned by Crazy Ralph Leak. It's for sale, but they've asked me to buy it a couple times.
Does it still have all the subs in it?
No, right now it's got 4 Rockford T2 16s in it in a 4th order.
Doesn't 51.
48 10.
It's like a 56. But the problem is that the subs keep coming apart, and I think it's the subs are just not very good. There you go. There we go. This is a local dude. 4 L7X Solo X18s.
Two different.
This is a PWK box.
What?
This is a PWK box. Peter Walker Kolinsky. I want to say it was loud for like back in the day.
Yeah.
So
we are Soulgasm I don't know if you guys saw the post I made earlier today.
I did see a photo of the baffle.
That is all 4-aught wire.
Oh, I did not see a picture of wire. You on their personal page?
Yeah,
I've not seen any of this.
I saw a picture of the baffle, but I haven't seen a wire photo. Was it today?
It's the wires under the hood with the alts and the 2 batteries under the hood, and then the 4 batteries in the back with the distribution block, and all fucking 4-aught. We used so much 4-aught. It's so much.
Oh, is that on your Instagram?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I was looking at.
Sorry.
Give me 1 second.
I got it.
I'll go find it.
I got it. I can pull it up.
Cool.
But Tyson, my tech, has been on. He installed all the alts. He did a bunch of.
You see me do something.
Sorry.
That's fine.
That's all 4-aught?
That is all 4-aught.
Jeez.
And this is also all 4-aught. 4 of those alternators, 2 of those limitless retro 56s under the hood, bunch of Steve Mead goodies, fucking Jim's Machine Works alternator bracket.
Damn, you got that shit fused all over the place. Good stuff.
Everywhere that it should be fused, it's fused. Yeah,
as it should be.
Yes, sir. So now there's 4 4-aught leads that come up into behind the cage, so where the battery or where the amplifiers will go. So yeah, yep. And then the roof is now in, and I did it on the outside of the cage and sealed it all up because the motors of that back sub and the front sub both fall into that area.
This part down here.
On that second row left side sub, that kind of fits into that cage area, and then same on the opposite side.
Damn.
Talk about snug.
It's pretty snug, just right there. And then the port assembly is all put together. All the wood is in that. That was a motherfucker, actually. I kind of created some obstacles there. So like one of my techs, Brett, was in there, like very creatively fabricating some components to get the back side sections beside the cage part of the port. But yeah,
dude, that thing is gonna be nasty. Whew. It's gonna have how many of your amps? And which ones again?
6 of the 5700. So we'll get, at 15.6 volts, we'll have 8,000 plus watts out of each amp. So we should be right about.
What are your smaller?
30 to 40.
Smaller amps. Do you have a smaller base amp?
No, not yet, but it's coming.
Okay.
We have a 3900 that is in production.
Gotcha.
We'll have those in, I don't know, 60 days, something like that. Maybe less if we're lucky. Cool. Yeah.
I shipped that amp off Monday.
Excellent.
Well, that shipping ate me up. I was not expecting that, but it is what it is. The settings are all done. Wiring, I'll message it to you. I'll explain it to you. I wasn't able to confirm one thing because I broke something. Not on the amp, I broke one of my things in a very dramatic fashion. But I'll be able to explain what you need to do.
The first 10 channel I should have in the next month or so for testing. And, the likelihood that I'm like, yep, that's it, and I send it in production is pretty low because I usually go, oh, yeah, it'd be better if it also did this or that or that or that. And I make changes. So, but it's coming. But yep.
Fucking A, dude. I can't wait to hear that thing. It's gonna be loud.
But I'm hoping by the end of the week I can take this thingy here and put it on like a couple thousand watts free air and yeet it.
Yeah, get that touch pad set up. Right?
Did y'all see the video someone posted 2 of these in the quad box in that van?
No, I've not seen any videos or anything of them yet. Why only 2 of them? They just plug the other 2?
Yeah, like it worked shockingly well.
I thought the quad box was like 8 cubic feet internal volume.
I don't
it
think
probably
it's that
makes
big.
sense that it's only 2 of them.
Steve, I'm gonna tag you, Steve, because whenever you share videos, the audio works.
What did you tell on what?
Kicker Club. I just tagged you.
No, my amplifiers are
Kicker
not
Club
ruthless.
Facebook.
My amplifiers are Gately Audio. They're blue and they're awesome. And for more information, you can find it at gatelyaudio.com.
They are possibly the prettiest color shade of blue I've ever seen on amp.
No, the 10 channel will not have a built-in DSP, but it will not have crossovers or anything. It'll only have gain. That's it.
So you will need a quality DSP. Don't get no PRV piece of shit. Don't get no $100 DSP.
DSP? No.
Do not get a cheap DSP.
Which video should I play?
Do the one that shows the side of the van, or the one that shows the subs flexing, then the side of the van. Like, they're all impressive. I was like, damn. Yeah, I'm not sure why when you play videos, audio works, but whenever I do, it doesn't.
Okay. This video?
Yeah. So this is 2 subs on unknown power. I was like, okay, that's cool. You know, I'm like, it's a pretty big van. Those side panels are pretty large and flat. That makes sense. But then they got to like up here, and I was like, oh, that's a little more impressive. Yeah.
Jesus, I can't stop reading that fucking mildly retarded comment. Bigger box, that box is weak like that.
It's fucking the clue number 2.
Fucking Jesus. I read it like 8 times. I'm like, I'm getting dumber. Stop reading it. Fuck.
Yeah, play the app.
Dude, that van has no sound deadening at all. Dude, I could fart in that van and it would flex the sides of that van that much, though.
That's why I was like, oh, the side isn't super impressive, but then the windshield's moving. I'm
my van flexes like that across the parking lot from when we're testing a truck box in the install bay. Because it has nothing inside of it.
Hey, look, man, that's all we got right now, all right?
I'm just saying.
Well,
my Sprinter van, fuck, it looks like it has subs in it when we're
That's right. That's what you get. That's what you get.
Oh god. Oh.
Of course, flex means loud. Literally, a dude on a post is like, a dude on a post comment. He's like, "Bro, someone posted a video. Nothing was even flexing." I'm like, But I can guarantee you, someone's gonna comment on a video of Steve's and go, "Bro, your vehicle's not even flexing. You're not loud."
Dude, that's what somebody said when we posted a video of that white Jeep with the 2 Nightshade 15s in it. And they were like, he was like, it's not even flexing. And then Allison's standing 2 feet away from the fucking thing and it's blowing her hair all over the fucking place. And it's like, whoa, that thing looks like it's fucking loud. It's like, yeah, bitch.
Yeah.
I don't know what that thing did on a meter, but if it wasn't like a 53 or a 54, then I'd be really surprised because it was super fucking loud. Like, much louder than any of us expected it would be.
Well, there you go, Brandon. You can go hear 2 L7Xs in a quad box.
Yeah, I mean, within the next week, I'm sure we're going to start seeing lots of videos.
I mean, if I had more time, I'd go ahead and build a box or 2 and then put them in next wagon and let it eat. But we're gonna go ahead and just do all 6 at once and see if we can rip the sunroof out of his wagon. Well, I would use Brandy's car, but I can't because the back hatch no longer opens.
Oops, I broke her car. That's
no, I didn't. Someone else broke it when they hit it.
Oh no, that sucks.
And I have a couple of those.
Dealing with insurance right now has made me want to jump off a very tall bridge.
Yeah.
So, like,
that's nice.
I don't know.
What are you dealing with insurance for?
So someone hit the back of Brandy's car.
Oh.
Like the hatch won't open, none of that. I'm like, you suck. Like I would have Oh, look, the like where I got my idea for my double bass clef originally. Some random photo off the internet. I'm having too much fun with this background thing.
My buddy got hit and run today by some
Oh no, is he good?
Mexican gangster with head tattoos and a magnetic license plate. So he gets hit, right? And they he kind of pulls off for a second, gets out of the car, and the dude's like, "Bro, why you speeding up?" What happened was my friend was going straight, and the dude cut him off and hit the nose of his car this way. And the dude jumps out of the car and he's like, "Bro, why you speed up and you make me hit you?" or some bullshit like that. He went to the back, he grabbed his license plate off, fucking ripped it off, threw it in the back. And my buddy went up to be like, "What's up, dude? Give me your information." He said the dude sitting in the passenger seat had tattoos all over his head. Two Mexican gangster looking dudes.
Yeah, never mind.
So I just kind of was like, whatever. And they drove off. I was like, yeah, probably a good choice. Just take that insurance.
Am I messing up running my single amp in slave mode because I broke my regular inputs? I mean, if it's working, I guess.
Wait, what?
Thing? He's running it from what I'm gathering. His amp is in slave mode, so the switch is set to
slave. But
yeah,
how's it working?
It's just getting raw signal. All the inputs. All the input adjustments won't work. It bypasses that. So
yeah, I'm actually unsure.
It might actually be better that way.
Yeah, so you could just use a DSP or the crossovers on the radio and probably fine.
Just send signal straight in and switch your amp to slave mode, and it will bypass all of the preamp stuff built into the.
Oh, Gilbert here.
He might be onto something.
Came up with something. Yeah, he might have been.
I'm like, I've never even thought of that. I'm all, I like it. I like it a lot.
I love stuff like that. Kind of like with the MVI amp, using it as a 12-channel DSP. I love that idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess if you run a DSP, you're probably better off running your amps in slave mode.
I'm
curious. There you go, Gilbert Chavez. You fucking
Drew,
fixed
start testing
everything.
As soon as I get. I will soon. I have to get something in the mail from JL, and I will soon.
What'd you break?
I broke a lot of things.
Max?
I broke a lot of things.
How?
Doing something out of the ordinary. So the Max has a RCA input for low voltage, 7-volt limit input. But I'll show you why I was doing it this way, and this will make our audience is pretty advanced, so this stuff will make sense to them. Give me 1 second, let me pull it up, and I'll show you why I was doing it. JL MVI 606 noise.
So the gain won't work either if he has slave input, which is also kind of awesome.
Yeah, because if you use DSP, whatever, you control with that. So if you see here, this is the noise floor of the 606 in gray. And the noise floor of Max in orange, right? Negative 100 dB. It's pretty solid. 105 dB, whatever. Pretty solid, but not amazing. So Nick was like, hey, if you use the RCA input, the noise floor is going to be a lot lower because it's designed to handle, this is the high level input designed to handle 80 volts, RMS, 160 peak to peak. So very high voltage. He's like, the RCA is only designed to handle 7. I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense. So the new noise floor was down here. Actually, that's not even down here. Negative 130 dB through the RCA. So way lower noise floor, way better. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll do that. So all this new data was with that new noise floor, much lower. If you send a lot of power through the RCA, it's not going to be happy with life.
And you sent a lot of power into the RCA.
I accidentally sent a truckload of power through that RCA.
So you smoked your Max.
There's a firework mode if you put it in there, right?
Oh my God.
And
you did it testing our amp for the Soulgasm too. Fuck.
No, so actually I was using a different amplifier this time testing something else. So it wasn't his amp, luckily. But again, I'm doing something not normal, out of the ordinary, that isn't recommended. It is what it is.
Well, you got to be more careful, I guess, when you're doing that wild shit, huh?
I do. So I'm gonna start keeping an eye out for JL's taking care of it because they're awesome. But I'm gonna start keeping an eye out for a used Mac somewhere to purchase, just to have a second one because I do such weird testing that isn't normal.
And you're having so much fun with it. If you were down that piece of equipment,
exactly,
you'd be pretty bummed out.
I'm pretty bummed out.
Bet. So.
How did you pass a bunch of
finding
power
somebody
through
with a
there?
used one? I know it's going to happen because I see all kinds of shit like this all the time. But can you imagine being the person that's like, I'm going to buy a brand new Max, and they fucking bam, and it's $4,500 for the shit, and then they're like, they don't use it.
Dude, there are. JL has said there are many people shops who have not even opened the case. You're asking how I did that?
I've seen shops that have a massive footprint of their shop space taken up by a CNC machine
that
just has
used.
shit stacked on it. Never even been turned back on.
Steve, so RCA to speaker wire adapter, basically. Again, not normal, like stuff that you shouldn't be doing. I get it. My fault. And I own that. And I was like, hey, if I need to pay for it, it's fine. I'll pay to fix it. I broke it doing dumb shit. This is not JL's fault at all. But they're gonna take care of me. But I'm gonna keep an eye out for a used one now, just so I have it.
I don't think there's a such thing, Gilbert.
The Dayton is okay. They're kind of known for noise, like just like a white noise,
like engine noise too.
Yeah,
I've seen that too. Mine had a little bit of white noise, just background, which just was whatever. I think the next step up would be like the DSI 3, which is based on the same processor as like a Audio Dynamics hi-fi. I think solid, but I want to say it's like 400. Entry level for me at this point would be a Tweak 88 at I think it retails like 550. I mean, because anything below that, you're very high chance of noise, like very high chance.
Yeah, if you're gonna spend 300, save a couple more bucks and spend 5.
Yeah, or make friends with a JL dealer and just get it for something. Get a little bit of a deal or something on it. But
or maybe even find a used
the DSP in the end is a lot of people care a lot about what the radio is. They want 80 PRS because it's good signal. Well, if you feed that good signal into a PRV DSP, what do you think is going to come out of that PRV DSP? We're going to hose water, bro. Like, not even like
hose water. Yeah,
it's not like dog water.
I don't know.
We'll see these two argue real quick.
Oh, not an argument.
You know what? Here's
even
the thing:
audio control admits at this point their software has issues. Audio control admits it. They're pulling stuff off the shelves for a reason.
Yeah.
If they get their software figured out, they're going to be great because they have a bunch of really cool features. Like
what I think we're experiencing is that we got through some of their software issues and got things working right. And Colt and I know how to like dance through the process of setting up an audio control so smoothly that it's like, we don't have problems, but we had problems and we figured it out. Where and here's one of these things is when you're learning something new and it's a little fucky, you expect that it's you. So Colt and I, I'm teaching Colt how to get through it. Colt's figuring it out. I'm learning the fucking audio control. He's learning the audio control. And we're having issues. We're expecting it's us. And we figured out how to get it to do its thing and not fuck it up. Oh, I made it lose connection again. And we like, don't do that. Because sometimes you do a certain thing in a certain order and it'll fucking kick the whole thing out and you'll lose all your shit. But if you do it enough,
you learn how to work around it.
And that's right. And even if you don't know for sure that it's it being fucky, or if it's like you think it's something you're doing that's actually wrong, but it's actually not. So this is a whole conversation Colt and I had, but it's almost the same thing with the fucking tweak. Because Colt's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, call Drew. This doesn't make any sense at all. And he's like, so we're on the other end. Colt's coaching us. I mean, Drew's coaching Colt and I through how to do almost the same thing with a tweak. But
it's weird. Like the tweak can be, like you said, the same thing. It can be a little goofy.
Yep.
Luckily with the tweak, I found if you just one dude was messaging me, he was having a crossover issue with a tweak. I said, all right, hard reset it, reload it, it's gonna fix it. And it fixes it. But like the VXI amp or the MVI that you have coming for Soulgasm, flawless. No issue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and we talked about this, and I was like, hey, and Colt was like, all right, I'll the JL thing. And I was like, hey, wait, you tuned a VXI.
Yeah.
And you did it really well, and you did it without any problems. I expect that this newer technology is far better than the tweak.
Yeah, the MVI and VXI just have it's like 4 or 5 years newer. I mean, it's just better. Yeah.
Well, when is JL going to come out with are they coming out with another standalone to replace the tweak?
I'm sure. I mean, they have to be.
But
until
I'll
then,
tell you what, if we have success with this MVI fucking 12 channel thing that Drew just sent us, the solution's there. It's right there. Now another thing we were thinking about doing, Drew, is check this out. Is let's say hypothetically Byron decides he wants to put some, stunt doors on the rear or any external speakers or anything else. If we get another one of those amplifiers, another one of the MVI, then we can use the amplified channels to run all of those external speakers, and then we use all those extra channels to run all the internal speakers on the big amplifiers.
Yep. And then with them being MVI, they'll link together.
They link together, and they all are in one fucking software, and you're fucking boom, bam, done, hitting home runs. Yeah.
So the reason I was testing electrical stuff last week was to see how different are the RCA outputs versus the speaker outputs, because there's got to be some difference, right?
Yeah, show me.
As close as they can physically be. So this is RCA output, 200 hertz, 1 volt. So you see a little bit of noise. Actually, 1 second. You know what? You can just do it live. I have all the data saved. Because photos can be a little bit stupid. And I don't like stupid. That's why I don't like myself half the time. Hey-o.
And you hang out with me.
All right, we're going to do analog ref. No, we'll do 96K. So I bumped up the resolution of the max to 96 kilohertz sampling.
Jerry, if you want, I'll let you know, and I should be able to get you a deal on that thing. And I'm looking to maybe get set up as a JL Marine dealer, mainly for that use, and then also for many of the marine application products that they have, if we decide to do some boats this year.
All right, so I posted some data, and a dude on a page like, you can't use single tones; those aren't accurate. So Nick from JL made me a custom script to run for Max that produced multi-tones, 3 tones per octave. So each of these is a sine wave. And you can see how quickly and how clean the amp gets back down to the noise floor. It's great. That's out the RCAs. This is the exact same thing out the speakers. A little bit higher noise floor.
So we'll run the speaker leads out to the subwoofers, right, Drew?
You can do sub channels. You can do it however you want. The amp is
don't you think that makes more sense? Because we can have the highest voltage we want into our amplifiers.
Yes, that does make sense.
And then
what your input on your amps, Bobby? Can they take high voltage?
Not
RCAs?
Super high voltage, but they're probably happiest with 5 or 6 volts.
Gotcha.
All right, so this is RCA playing 1,000 hertz and speaker playing 1,000 hertz, both at, I guess, 1 volt. I don't remember. Anyway, so that's
it's RCA. A clean signal. It just has a higher noise floor, and if you have the noise floor on your subwoofers, then you have nothing.
It is barely higher, and it's 108 versus 117, negative 108 versus negative 117.
So it's really nothing, or nothing, or a little bit less of nothing.
No, it's so nothing that, these are the speaker channels you would normally listen to,
right?
And you won't hear. How big is that gap? Let's see. There's a 102 dB gap between the noise floor and the peak.
So Bobby, when you get this, are you going to have to go in there and basically like dial in each channel voltage wise for your RCAs?
That's set. It's set to negative 13.7 dB on the speakers. What he'll be able to do is here. I will just.
I'm gonna phase align the subwoofers. That's why we changed amps. Otherwise, we wouldn't have changed amps. The amp change happened when I was laying this all out, and I was like, "Fuck, man, this is gonna make way more sense."
What kind of output voltage does it have on the
amps.
RCAs?
You can get as it is up to 6 volts. Like it's way up there. So this is currently how it's set up.
I gotta make my shit bigger.
That's exactly how it is.
Yeah, I need a fucking goddamn TV screen for this motherfucker. I'm getting old.
So this is exactly how it is. The speakers are set to negative 13.7 dB. Everything is wide open, ready to go. So Bobby wants to make these sub channels. He'll just go in,
So what I'm pretty confident it makes the most sense. I mean, I this is all based on your idea, Drew. So, okay. And I love it. I'm super excited about it. So I'm gonna be doing and
you have a Mac, so you can do some of this technical stuff if you want to verify what channel's doing what. So I mean, you have the tools needed to do it super easily.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
But so all you have to do is
set that. Here. I'm in fucking Drew and Byron's room. They're gonna sleep right here in this bed together.
Ooh, I'm excited.
I'm just kidding. You're not actually sharing a bed with. You're sleeping on the couch downstairs.
Ooh,
and Byron gets this room all by himself. And if you want to sneak in here in the middle of the night,
ain't no sneaking needed. I'm just gonna walk in.
Leave a couple $100 in front of my bedroom door.
I'm curious. So, what's the difference between like just running a regular DSP to Cockbox? Like, let's say you have 10 bass amps, and or let's just say 4 bass amps. So instead of doing 4 channels,
we're gonna run six.
All right, 6. So instead of doing 6 channels for bass, what's the difference between that and doing 1 channel to a Cockbox?
You don't have.
Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna phase align, Steve.
Yeah, you don't have accurate phase control.
Stuff.
Yeah, because we have 6 rows of speakers. So we have 6 amplifiers, 2 subs on each one. So we're going to be able to accurately phase align each row of subs. And this is all this whole piece of the puzzle is all based on information that and knowledge that Drew has developed. I mean, here on the show, he's been describing it for months and months on end. So when I was designing the box and I was looking at the layout of subs, I was like, man, if we had 2 more fucking sub amps, and then it was like, well, I don't want to get more fucking 8Ks. And then I was telling John Raby, and I was like, maybe we could do something for Byron. And he said, how about I fucking trade him all of his Sundown amps and trade him Gately amps. So John fucking, because he wanted Gately amps in the build and because he thought it would be a lot of fun to play with all this stuff with Drew, I was describing this idea, and this knowledge that Drew has been developing and I've been participating in. And I'm like, man, I would love to implement this. And what we'll probably do is tune it to where it's just like it had a Cockbox, right? Everybody's all seeing the exact same signal. And then we'll fucking burp it and look at tones. And then we can switch it to phase alignment and see how much we gain. And I'd be surprised if we don't gain a little bit that you can really see on a meter with phase alignment.
So now looking at the baffle, I could see what you're saying by the 6 rows. You have 2 subs per
row of alignment. Yep.
So the first time I did this was with this build. 6 Rockford T215s. There was 3 amps, so amp per stack. Mike Singer. Y'all know who Mike Singer is.
Yes, sir.
Mike Singer was the one who originally told me about phase. I was probably 20 at this point, 21. He told me about it. I'm like, I'm like, it makes sense. There's definitely a distance thing. This makes sense. I was like, but Rockford amps don't have don't have a phase knob. They have a switch 0-180. So I'm like, Anyway, long story short, I used a 360.3 and ran everything as mid bass. It just dropped the crossovers because you can only set 2 channels as sub. So 360.3, everything is mid bass. Use that to phase / timeline. Gained a dB and a half below 30 hertz by adding no power.
That's fucking awesome. Carlos, are you being feces-ish, or are you really thinking that it might be of assistance to you? I don't know if it would be in your build.
Doing that without realizing.
Yeah.
So all the stuff's being on a flat wall facing forward helps
They
with
are
phase.
all already
Going from a
aligned.
6th order to a 4th order helped with phase. And it's like these guys are doing this without even realizing that they're doing it, or some of them are realizing they're doing it. But like that's why they do. That's
on a build like Carlos's, when it's a flat plane like that, and it's not like an angled flat. They're all the same distance away, but the top and bottom are different distances. Like, do you think he could still gain a little something from?
I mean,
Can
I
he
think there's gotta
do
be
more phase
something.
aligning? Or
Well,
there's
it's
gotta
coming
be
around the
something.
corner too, Steve.
Yeah.
So there might be a little tiny something to it.
Let
I
me
mean,
see if
I
you
would
have.
say if you sat there and you went, all right, I'm gonna slow that one down a little bit, and I'm gonna slow that one down a little bit, and you fucking kept on burping it, and you were like, ooh, gain, and you see it, and you're like, oh, point of diminishing return, and then you do.
I mean, it might be worth doing that. Shit, like, fuck, every gain at that level is a huge gain.
I mean,
So
imagine all the time, and I can imagine it, but I can't, right? So like some people have no idea. I bet Carlos is in there fucking block sanding and polishing and fucking fiberglassing and welding and just countless, endless, massive amounts of hours and wiring up new amps and building new shit and running wires again and again and like it's just thousands and thousands of hours of just grinding work. But if all of a sudden it was just he's sitting there with a fucking computer and a DSP, and instead it's a weekend of fucking beep boop, fucking dude, and he's like,
0.1.
A fucking 0.1 is fucking goddamn cartwheels down the street.
Okay.
Right, Carlos? Like fucking. Sometimes you're like, all right, I didn't lose. Cool. I was worried I might lose.
Okay, guys. So guys have been doing this for a long time, even flat wall guys. So does the name Jeff Rowland ring a bell? Jeff Rowland, Rolling Thunder, I think it was his thing. He went by 12 DB Drive 12s flat wall, like a big van, like all the big vans he use now. Look where the woofers sit in the wall.
Yeah,
they're not flat.
Some are further
as it
up
goes
than others,
up, it kind of
goes further
phase
back.
and loading thing. What did he know why he was doing it? I don't know. But he's like, oh, as I do this, they get louder. As I move these that are closer to the mic further away from the mic to get closer to the further away from, like, because this one down here are further than these. Sinking these back moves them back and moves them further away, puts them more in time and phase. I don't know, but they've been doing this stuff for years. Maybe if they made the
dick shape on the logo a little longer on the ones that are further away.
Exactly.
Bigger, longer shaft,
or made the
smaller
balls a little bigger. One of the two, right?
Exactly. Well, this one doesn't even have a dick. This one blew the dick off.
Oh, it blew the dick and balls right off of that.
This was the loudest thing I'd ever heard in my entire life for a long time. Back in 2000, I heard it in 2013. It was doing like a 67 street beat, like 55 hertz, bro. It was so rough.
That's loud. Oh, 55 hertz, you fucking die.
Dude,
you're like, hop in, get a demo. You're like, what the fuck?
That picture's almost 11 years old.
Yeah.
Look at that shit. Yeah.
That's
I heard it a year after this.
That is more than,
Mm-hmm.
It's
fucking badass.
But I remember seeing that, and I'm sure other people noticed it, but I looked at it thinking, no, they're not even. They're like this. The bottom right sub that you can't see is basically flat, like it's support, like it's flush forward, and this one's 4 inches back.
Yeah,
Carlos said he ain't saying it shit. Carlos says, "Oh, here's a better one.
Just more gains. Yeah, there's tons of gains left in Carlos's van, I'm sure. But it takes time and testing and all that shit. And Carlos is busy. Fucking works his ass off. Is that the same van?
Yep, same van.
Some
You
of
see
those
how
subs
deep
are-
the port was.
Oh, they're stagger stacked, Drew. They're angled. The subs are pointed a little bit towards the driver's side a little bit.
Oh, they
You see
are.
that? They're all
Yeah.
pointed a little bit towards the driver's side.
So driver's side or passenger? Because like the passenger is this side.
Yeah. They're all pointed towards the driver's side.
Interesting. Oh, I see the shafts are all hanging that way.
Yeah. Now you're picking up what I'm putting down. Mm-hmm.
It was this van.
67. Woo!
Yeah, it would do. I think it was loud for.
How many? What is that? 12-12s or something?
Yeah, it was 12-12.
Hey, how loud is Josh's? I can't remember Josh's last name. Josh that won the best demo at the showdown. What? McCullough, yeah. McDonough. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
How loud is his build on a meter roughly?
I have no idea, to be honest. But they'll be at the barbecue. He's bringing that, and I think they're gonna. I think the 2 builds are coming. I'm not sure which 2. Well, I know his, but I'm not sure the other.
Yeah.
Exact phase can shift with frequency, but we're mainly focusing on the time aspect because the time doesn't vary depending on frequency. The exact phase may a little bit. So you'll run into the need for all pass filters here and there, whatever. But the exact time delay that we're mainly focused on when we say phase alignment does not change based on frequency. That's what we're worried about. When we say phase, we're mainly discussing time more than anything else. Unless we're talking about
when you're doing that, let's say in the Soulgasm, are you doing this stuff while it's playing?
Very low frequency. Very low volume. Very low volume.
Yeah, all of our testing will be done at relatively low volume. We'll zero it all out, and we'll do our output bandwidth test sequence on it, and then we'll do all this phase alignment, and then we'll do the same test sequence, and see what we get.
Yeah, there's multiple ways to go about doing it. Like I want to see like the normal way, like the way we used to do it, or I used to do it, was term lab and clamp, because that used to be all we had. But now we can see phase with Max in real time. It's just got to be low volume.
And that doesn't have any bearing on it changing or anything.
It's just the Max can only handle so much.
I mean, I suppose it could really do some weird shit if you had a really flexy, shitty ass build, but no. But I mean, I bet there's a lot of motherfuckers with flexy, shitty builds that they're like it resonates at just the right frequency, and then they're like, oh no. Like, it's way better when these are 180 out because the fucking way the roof is. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
quietly loud chat. Okay. No, SPL testing should be done like 3/4 volume. That way, you're getting loading to occur, but you're not overheating everything.
Well, we'll be doing some of the testing, but it won't be with the Max. The Max won't be connected when we're testing actual output across the bandwidth. That's how we collect our data, is like real world. This is how loud it is for realsies, and yeah.
So that's Jeff's van. Back at finals.
Just got more. See what's up. Load up.
You see me like questioning life here in a second.
You look so funny.
Yeah.
And then that was 3 subs blowing.
3 subs win. All my ass went to protect.
Oh no. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, that sucks.
3 subs blowing.
Oh, fuck. Look at you, Drew. Good.
Like,
you are... No beard.
Man, one of my guys that's part-time, Eric Combs, he's he rebuilds subs for us, and he helps wrapping boxes, and he climbs around in the Soulgasm and grinds shit and sands shit, but he's great. But one of the first times I met him, he came in, he's got He's got 518s in his Jeep. Jeep's got a blown up engine right now, but he came in to give me a demo. And he's like playing that thing. And I'm like, holy shit, this thing looks nasty.
Oh, was that the one that was there when I was there?
I think so. Yeah.
Dude, that thing was a
What
ripper,
kind of Jeep?
bro.
Like a Jeep,
Yeah.
Jeep
Like a
Cherokee or something? Or?
Yeah. Yeah. Newish,
Yeah, like
90-ish.
the XJ.
90.
It's an XJ, I think. Like the one,
Okay.
like the Bully Goat was. Like the Bully Goat was.
No, it's newer
Okay.
than that. Newer than that.
It's like Russ's.
Yes.
But anyways, 518s in it. Okay.
518s in a fourth. And I get in this thing and I fucking I'm like, I'm gonna get a video of this thing. And I'm like, and I'm fucking filming that shit and I'm watching and I'm seeing fucking daylight coming into his box. And I'm like,
Oh shit.
come on. Hey. And he's like,
Hey,
"Sup?"
dude.
And I'm like, let me show you something. And I show him the video and I'm all, he's all, oh no. we go back the whole back section and a fucking full weld bead across the whole back. But it was only the weld bead holding that back section together, and it had blown that motherfucker apart. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, you got a little work to do there. He's all, yeah.
I know, help me save my system. Drew need help as well. I need help, or you need my help? I mean, I definitely need some. I definitely need help. I know I need help.
Help.
Well, look at this dude. Thought I blew one of my amps today. Then remember to run kicker, and it came back on. Did y'all see Andy got a Warhorse, like an original one?
Hey, speaking of that, so we had a little barbecue this weekend, and
What amp did you use?
No, not that kind of. We had like a regular barbecue, but one of my teammates won a CX 1800, I think, at the raffle, and I think he gave it to his nephew or something.
Oh,
so his nephew got it all hooked up, and it wasn't working. Didn't know what was wrong. Took it over to Johnny's, and ended up he he wired everything backwards. He put the power in the ground in the power, and he just had it like this hooked up the whole time. And he took it over there, and Johnny's like, "Oh fuck!" So he took it off, put it in the right way, and then he used like a little voltage jumper thing on the remote, and got the amp to fucking wake up. It woke up out of protect. So they must have like a really strong like protection for that, and it just like stays in protect.
Yeah, and that was actually one thing that Nick was talking about with the Max, that there's a protection circuitry for stuff like I did, but no one does that. No one does what I did. He's like, I guess I'm gonna work on that software now to protect this because of you. I'm like, oh yeah, my bad, bro. I didn't mean to do that.
But I mean,
to do what I did,
amplifiers, if you have one of them connected wrong and you touch the other one,
it'll just blow up. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's all the big snap, crackle, pops the whole way. Like, don't.
I mean, or you're lucky if your amp has internal fusing, like, little blade fuses. I've more than once when I was a kid put that together. Pow! Oh no!
Oh, I blew fucking 6 40 amp fuses in my amp.
So weird.
Yeah.
Remember the Rockfords had the A&Ls built into them, but then they would get hot and melt.
Rockford?
Remember that shit? The T4000 and shit. And I don't know how many Rockfords I saw with a melted ass A&L.
I have a T4000 at the house.
Dope.
Probably has a melted fuse in it.
It has a melted power block. It has a melted power block. It does indeed. But no, like, so to do what I did with Max, I had to literally cut an RCA to run speaker level in. So I mean, it is not a worry.
Just make sure you wire it up correctly.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Andy. That's one thing. Well, he probably knows more about the more kicker history than we all do. I do loves kicker. He probably knows all about it.
Yeah, that amp's wild, right? Half the board controls the upper wave
before the BBQ.
What if
you want to, dude?
What does the Warhorse do?
It's
like half of the board controls the top of the wave, and the other half controls the bottom. So you have to like hook it up right. You don't hook it up like a normal amp. I don't know exactly how it works, but something like that. Right? Like all the positives are one side, all the negatives are on the other side. Something wild.
No, I think it's so say a dual, because I think you have to have a dual voice coil sub. One coil goes to the top one side, the other coil goes to the other side. And so at that point, one coil of your sub will go up, and the other coil will pull down. I think that's how they describe it.
I don't think that's it.
I don't think that's it.
But it's something really weird. But that's how it's like 94%.
Really weird.
I guarantee Andy knows. He's got to.
Andy,
tell us. Right.
Please tell us now.
Yeah.
Because I think that the problem. I think the way I described it was accurate because you could hear the switching because it was done so long ago that you could hear the transition as it played through the sub, and it was kind of funky. Apparently, the creator of the Warhorse said before he passed away, said he had figured out a way to make it about a quarter of the size and double the power or something like that. And use the same
put that on
technology.
any paper anywhere, huh? That sucks.
Let's see. Yeah, pretty wild. However that works.
So
okay.
Whatever that says. That.
What?
But I know it's like 94% efficient. I think.
It's like wildly efficient.
Oh,
yeah, that was the whole point behind it. Is that they was doing 10K plus at like 95% or something stupid. Yeah.
All right, I think I might have found a manual for it.
But I think a part of the problem is a lot of people would get them and they'd screw them up, hooking them up like a standard amplifier.
Yeah, they make it a dead short somehow.
Yeah, it definitely is. Half the amp controls the upper sine wave, and the other half controls the bottom. I'm just not exactly sure how it works. And that clicking thing Drew was talking about, I know I heard about that too. I don't know if it was audible, but I know it was shown like in data to actually see it. Oh, shit.
Okay, yeah. So there's two plugs. Looks like the coils use Anderson connectors, like to go into the amp. Coil 1 to one side, coil 2 to the other side. Yeah, so look how confusing this gets. Well, I guess it kind of makes it. So you have to make sure that half the sub goes to one side of the amp, half the sub goes to the other side of the amp while maintaining ohm load if you're doing multiple subs. I could see why people break stuff with this.
Yeah.
Dude, and look at the wiring key. Coil 1, 2, 3, different things for.
Yeah,
well, this is a lot for 2007.
I mean, that seems all pretty straightforward to me. Like, I would get that okay, but I could see how, like, somebody on meth at 3 a.m.
Like, there's a positive, there's a negative. Just look it up, dude.
Yeah, dude, just fucking plug it in, dude.
Yeah, where is that? Does it show efficiency on there?
Signal to noise ratio. So we're looking at the max at the MVI amp. The speaker was 110 dB, noise, and then it was 102 dB difference. The Warhorse is 95. So at that point, the speaker level output of that 6-channel is higher, bigger ratio than the Warhorse was. Andy, dude, I'm excited to see you do something with this, man. I really am.
What are you gonna do with it, Andy?
I would love to have a Warhorse. Oh, he better use it. Oh, he better. Come on, Andy. You better, dude.
I mean, that level of efficiency. I mean, okay, so here's the thing. If you're at 90 fucking some odd percent efficiency, you literally don't have really any extra power to make heat.
Yeah. So from what they said during the tour is the Warhorse had fans, but they basically never turned on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice. Well, I know the new Warhorses are also very high in efficiency, and have a lot of cool features to keep them cool. So
I'm excited about those. I mean, I know they're going to be a while, but I'm excited about them. We're going to do, like I said, 2 per coil. Because we are going to compete, so I do want the power.
You mean one?
You guys are both both yawning quite a bit. You guys tired?
I'm tired. Are the new Warhorse using planars or not?
Bob, you going back to the shop?
No.
Like
I'm
plain
gonna
R
get
voice.
there early tomorrow, though.
Elaborate, Mr. E100.
How's that elbow feel, buddy?
Ow.
Oh, I see
It
Andy
hurts
sent me a
when I
link.
do that, so I won't do that.
Fucking it's your right
So
arm,
anyone
too.
who wants to read about
It's
the
fine
Warhorse
when I'm running the mouse, so that's important.
Yeah.
I just sent a link to the chat. There's a link to a very well written article about the Warhorse, explaining more in detail. Oh, this is Specialty Enclosure Designs. There's a link to PWK on this website.
Wow.
Let's see what it goes to.
Is he
Water
doing
cooled
enclosure
Warhorse.
design again?
No, this is a dead link. This is a very, very old link. Very
Yeah.
old page. Yes, you can order his designs through Audio Dynamic.
Okay, I didn't know they were still offering it. I know they stopped offering it at one point.
Let's go see. Let's go
They
take a gander.
Last time I checked, they had like a whole fill out thing on their website. Now I'm freaking yawning.
Those fucking 5000 series components are really nice. Oh yeah, they're doing it again.
So if you have an AD,
And like I said, Pete's designs, some of them are really, really outstanding.
and you definitely have to have a high knowledge base just to even fill this out correctly.
Yep.
But I guess that's the point. That's what he wants. He doesn't want to deal with like this is super nice. Super makes sense. Like everything he's asking makes sense.
Yeah. No, he's and then so when I was building Pete boxes, when I was working with Audio Dynamics, I built I don't know, fucking 2, maybe damn near 3 dozen Pete designed boxes. And anytime it was something really fucking wild looking, when he'd send over the design, I would quick whip out like a fucking regular old ported box design. Because I was like, I don't know. I need to know for sure. I don't want to just like so often. Here's one of the things about the fucking quarter wave society and the blah 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 blah. And I fucking love what those guys are doing, and some of their designs I'm sure perform really well.
Good night, dude.
But yeah, good night, Garrett. I'm sure some of those guys' designs are really cool, but they always like, I designed it and I built it and I listened to it and it's awesome. Like, what'd you compare it to? They're like, what?
Nothing.
Not a goddamn thing. I'm like, dude, I'm like, no, like I don't believe. I'll tell you now that I doubt that your fucking design performs better than a regular old fucking ported box, because you're so goddamn arrogant about your shit. The people that are super duper sure are the ones that are most often wrong. Anytime, if there's 2 guys arguing and one's like, dude, I'm not sure, man, I really think that, like, you know, and like the other guy's like, I am for sure, I'll be like, the other one's right. I'll fucking 100%. Bet money. I'll be like, that'd be a gambling bet I'd be ready for in Vegas. Be like, 2 guys arguing about something. One guy says he's dead sure, and one guy's, I'd be like, money's on the one that says he's not sure.
Not sure.
So when Pete would give me a design, and I'd be like, what the fuck am I looking at? And I'd be like, this is wild. I would go, all right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fucking build a regular ass ported box if I didn't already have one, you know? And then I would test Pete's box and I would compare it to a regular ported box. Now, more often than not, Pete's boxes were fucking awesome. But there were a few times where I was like, hey, that shit wasn't awesome. Only a couple times were they like a flop, where I was like, hey, something's wrong. And I double checked all my shit and it's spot on to what you said. And this regular ass, like little ported box kicks the shit out of that thing in every way. And one particular time, it was similar to that. It was a little bit like, hey, it's just not nearly as awesome as we wanted. And I told him all the information about my ported box and all the information about the vehicle again, even though he already had all that information. And then he was like, do you mind building another one? I was like, If we're all going to get smarter, I'm in. I'm going to do it. I got the vehicle here. It's not in a hurry to get out of here. I fucking built a whole nother box, and then it was really awesome. And it was better than my reference box. And it wasn't a whole lot different from what he had provided on the front end. You know? So
what are like, does he have a specific like design philosophy or something? Like what makes his boxes different? Or does he just design all kinds of just crazy stuff?
He's using a modified version of not WinISD, Hornresp.
Hornresp, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, some of them are absolute slappers. Some of them,
like
not so much.
The two designs he sent you, Bobby. Like one, your reference was a normal ported box. Like what were the designs he sent you? What kind of boxes were they? Were they ported
most
boxes?
of the time, quite frequently, he would send me base Reflex 6 orders. They seem to work really well with the Audio Dynamics woofers that had very, very soft suspension. Okay. So things that were really compliant, they worked really well in these boxes. Those base Reflex 6 order boxes were really awesome. Now, I got some of those designs, but he was like, no, that's not going to work well with that DC level 4. You're going to just put that in a ported box. It's going to be better that way. And I was like, okay, but like a JLW3 was pretty fucking bitching, like far better than it was in a regular ported box. And I mean like in every way, other than it was larger. It was a bigger box than the regular ported box, but not by a whole lot, but like 25% larger, right? But it kicked the shit out of every bit of music that I listened to and across the test sequence.
No, he's done some killer ones. I mean, if you want to learn more about how he thinks, just watch his current YouTube channel. That'll tell you a lot.
It's cool.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of his stuff. I just didn't know if he like tends to design the same, not the same box, but like if he has a certain like.
What I think he does is if he starts to have really good results with a specific woofer, you know, when he was designing boxes for the Audio Dynamics woofers, they were frequently very similar.
Are those all 12s?
No, that's a 10.
That's a 10.
Okay, I was gonna say.
No, that's the sub going in my truck. That's just the only other. Like all three of these subs are $700.
That was a W6 or 7?
Yep, W610.
That's crazy how small it is.
Yep.
What's a 10?
I know, but
yeah, but
still,
I think the motor's the same.
And those are 12s. It's not like it looks like those are 12s, and that's a fucking 6.5. Just tiny. But those other two subs are big, obviously.
Oh, here we go. Kyle about to break the fucking internet.
I'll do an SDDN side by side with the Solo X. Wait.
Yeah, kind of like how I did a side by side of the XV2. He'll do one next to the SDDN.
In my head, when I heard side by side, I was thinking of fucking 4-wheeler or like a off-road side by side.
That too.
Like, what is he gonna do? He's gonna build a side by side with
Solo X's and a fucking it's a round speaker and a fucking.
I saw someone had asked a question. Stony, what can I do to get Drew to get me on the books for Max? I know we've been messaging. Message me again, dude. My messenger since getting fixed has not stopped. I've gotten 140 something messages today alone, like from individual people. So message me again. I'm trying to keep up, but I'll charge you money. I'll tune your system. You'll be happy.
Nice.
And you're in your local, so you'll be extra happy. You're like Lafayette.
When do you get to Sacramento, gentlemen?
I don't get to Sacramento.
When do you want me to get to Sacramento? I'll just book the flight right now.
What, do you want me to go to Sacramento and then drive in with you guys?
Good. You come a few days early.
I already got my ticket to Reno booked. $29 round trip. Come in Friday at noon.
Sac. They may not charge you anything.
What do you mean? Oh,
see if they'll fucking let you go to Sac instead.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna be on the Sac.
Here. All right, let's see. Las Vegas to Sac.
Speaking of ball sack, When I filmed that video
What?
today under the fucking Soulgasm, I'm all, let me get I gotta check this shit out. And as I was climbing underneath the fucking back of the Soulgasm, Colt's all, hey, check this shit out. And I'm all, hold on, let me get a video of this real quick. And then I filmed that whole video. And when I climb out, Colt's standing there with his balls hanging. And I'm all, oh, fuck. I climb back under the truck. I'm like, never mind. I'll fucking stay here. But yeah,
Bro.
those balls.
Okay.
What?
If I came Thursday
LAS?
one way,
Yeah, Carlos, when are you coming through Sacramento?
Hey, what's LAS? Los Angeles?
Yeah. LAX.
So there's a Spirit flight. Sorry.
why would you go to LAX though? You don't want to go
Yeah,
there.
why
That's
the
I
fuck
know.
would
No,
you
just
go to
listen.
okay.
It's just the cheapest
So
option.
yeah,
It's got, oh my God, the disrespect.
Oh,
Dude,
God,
my
blue.
carry-on for Max is more than that.
$28, Bobby.
What about going to
okay.
Sac?
Anyway,
Go to
it's a
Sac,
15-hour,
Go
17-minute
to Sac
travel
instead.
time.
It's $1. They'll give you $1 back.
10-hour layover in LAS. I could go party in Los Angeles for
Dude,
the
you can
night.
save $1. Hang out with us.
You don't
Where
want to
the
do
cool
that.
kids are gonna be.
Well, is there
I
room
think
for me
barbecue's
to?
gonna be fun. Wait till you see us fucking scrambling to get shit done 3 days before the goddamn barbecue.
Well, how much room is there? Is there gonna be room for me to like be there and drive
my
with
house?
you guys? Yeah. And how
There's
about
definitely room in a vehicle, but at the house there's a couch for you for sure, a cozy one
all right.
right next to fucking Drew.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll think about it.
Yeah.
I got to get a couple extra days off work, but it could be doable. Maybe. What day you guys leaving? Friday evening?
Yeah,
Friday
afternoon.
morning?
Hopefully
What is
Friday
it?
morning.
2 hours?
Hopefully we're like
2.5,
Friday
3?
midday is what I would like to be doing. Yeah,
How long of the drive is it? How long of a drive?
2 hours,
Okay.
like a no problem 2 hours.
Yeah, that's nothing.
What time
All right,
should I get to
I think
Sacramento
possibly.
Wednesday?
Whenever, doesn't even matter.
Bunch
We'll
of
come
options.
get you at the airport.
Shoot.
So like 1 p.m.
That's fine.
Cool.
Less.
Well, boys, I'm
Ooh,
ready to
one
get
free
some
carry
dinner.
on. Now we're talking.
Chicken Southwest.
Oh, I didn't know. I never even think about it. Let me go
I
look.
never think about it either, and every time I do, I get pleasantly surprised. There's actually some decent deals at Southwest.
Yeah, Brandy just booked some flights. They're going. My mom and her are going to see Queen.
With
Where?
Adam Lambert.
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah, that's what I said.
Where?
Let's see.
In Vegas?
Yeah,
I don't know.
wanna go.
Dallas.
Dallas.
Well, that sounds cool.
Oh, those are really early flights. Those make me hate myself.
Well, we are
same
flying there,
pricing as
driving to the barbecue. Where are you flying to, Carlos?
SAC.
Oh, they're
Out of
flying to
MSY.
SAC, and then
You're flying to Sac?
driving? Why?
Yeah, Sacramento, right?
What?
Oh, you're not talking to me.
Oh no, Carlos. Wait.
Yeah.
I definitely have to stop by the shop. Going to be in Sacramento soon.
Are you talking about being in Sacramento soon on the way to the barbecue?
Yeah, are you flying to Sac and then driving to the barbecue from there? Must have 2 birds with 1 stone or something, because it doesn't make sense to do that.
Yeah,
from
it'd be way
here.
better to fly to Reno
Yeah.
if you were just going there.
It's SMF,
I
right?
think.
I see.
I think maybe I'll.
When you
probably
fly,
go
are you
with it.
flying into Sacramento for the barbecue? Oh, you're driving to the barbecue. I see. Not flying to Sac and then driving to the barbecue. He's driving to the barbecue.
2 separate
And
trips.
another time he's flying to Sacramento.
I think, Carlos, are you taking the van up there? Like, why are you guys driving? I'm just curious.
There
Being
is
how cheap the
competition.
flights are. True.
Are you competing with the van at the fucking barbecue?
Maybe.
That'd be
No,
dope.
I think
It'd
he
be
said they're
dope
gonna
to see a
drive the
fucking
Subaru up
180
there.
at the 185 at the fucking barbecue.
That'd be pretty gnarly. That thing's expensive to move around.
I bet.
Shit.
All right, I'm booking my flight right now.
Yep.
Mhm.
So,
It's
yeah, I guess
Sacramento's
when it's 4
SMF,
people, it
right?
probably is cheaper to drive.
Yeah.
What? 'Cause you have to get a
Sacramento's
rental car and all that bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
Barbecue's going to be big this year, man. I had a lot of people coming that never come or that have not came in the past.
Well, I think the fucking cash prizes and the fucking goddamn 30-inch tall, 2-inch acrylic awards and the giving away a car.
Yeah, all kinds of really cool shit. And the burger bowls and the ice cream machine that Buddy's going to have, I don't know, 35 ice cream cones maybe. Maybe 40.
Fucking
Dive.
buddy, god damn it.
Bro,
Fucking buddy.
I can imagine what his shit looked like for the next couple of days.
You can?
I kind of can. Dude, on Sunday, he was like, I'll clean out the ice cream machine. Just keep feeding it into my mouth. It's wild. I've seen anybody eat so much ice cream in my life.
I'm guessing he's not lactose intolerant.
I sure hope not. He would have been dead.
What the hell?
Oh, Elgato got you.
But why?
Because fuck you. That's why.
I think the program like crash or something.
Maybe
Maybe that's a sign.
on that note, yeah.
Maybe that's a sign.
Yeah.
That's my dealer done with my shift
Yeah.
thing.
I gotta do that like with my cats. Anytime I go to the sink, they'll be all on the counter and I'll be like, I don't have anything, and walk away. They're like, what the fuck? I wanted snacks. So, all right.
All right,
Ladies
boys.
and gentlemen. I'll see you guys next week. Blah,
Yep.
blah, blah. Go fix your engine noise and be nice to people and yeah, all that shit.
All right, I'm gonna get there at 1 p.m. Wednesday.
It's so funny. He's like behind the nothingness and shit talking.
Yeah.
All right. I'll look forward to picking you up at the fucking airport. Then hopefully we don't have a fire or a snowstorm or a fucking goddamn nightmare that fucks up the barbecue. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, it looks like a good year this year. So cool. All right, guys. Have a nice
All right,
night.
gentlemen. Have a good night. Thank you.